Namaste. Thank you so much for clicking through to my video today. I'm Tash and my channel and business is called Heart and Design. Here you will find a mix of traditional step-by-step art tutorials of all kinds and also my favourite mindfulness art sessions, all to help us through the stressful days that we all have to go through. Please like and subscribe. And let's get started. Let's get started on today's session. It's Monday Mindfulness.
These sessions are just about relaxing, not thinking about the outcome, letting go, and just seeing what happens. I suggest, like me, you put on some nice relaxing music. I like spa music. There's just something about it I just find so calming. I also have candles on because that's something else I find calming just to have nearby. And yeah, the only things you really need are a liner pen for this session and some watercolour paints and brushes. And don't forget your water for cleaning them off, and that's it. And then we just go free. So all I'm going to do is let my pen go for a walk on my page and just see what happens. And then we'll fill in with some colour. Now I'm not going to talk too much on this because this is your time. Just watch, enjoy, and then come back to this. Maybe bookmark me so that you can come back and remind yourself of this. It will be just a short activity just to really slow the mind and release the stresses of the day. I hope you enjoyed. Again, just let it go for a walk. Let it do what it wants to do. Fill your page with some lines and shapes, whatever you feel like. Don't think, just do. You can always change the pressure. You can have some darker areas, some lighter areas. I also just want to say I am not a qualified art therapist. This is just a personal exercise for me that I enjoy, and that brings me calm, and just something I want to share with you in case it helps you too. I think I'm going to leave it there. So once you've done that, I just give it a couple of minutes to dry. Put my pen away. Now, it's time to mix up some watery watercolours. Let's get it as watery as we can. Just going to literally put some water in my palette. You know, it doesn't matter what watercolours you have. It doesn't matter which colours they are. This is not a tutorial. This is just you using what you have to relax and unwind. I have a tendency for blues, purples and pinks, but it's a case of just letting your mind go and just letting it decide for you. Try not to think, just go where you are drawn. I am drawn to this pinky purpley colour here, so I'm going to mix up a little bit of that colour, make it nice and watery, and then go where it wants to go. It doesn't matter what it looks like, remember? Just put it wherever you feel it wants to go. Now I have got pens that are permanent markers, so they shouldn't bleed, although they do sometimes still a bit. So yeah, you'll have to make sure whatever pen you've got is not water-based. Otherwise, when you hit that water, it'll come out and spread. Right. I think I'm gonna do a slightly darker mix of that and just drop it in. Look at that. Oh, I love the patterns that watercolour makes. Pretty. Okay. And the joy of this is you don't have to think. Just play. It's like returning to being a child again for 30 minutes. Put away those thoughts in your head, the stresses and strains of what's coming in work, who's cooking the dinner, what is for dinner, who wants a lift where, that'll be the kids. It's just putting away all those things and relaxing and enjoying. I've gone for a bit of blue this time, but it's a nice kind of sky blue. I think I'm just going to let that trail over there. Doesn't really matter. Just let it flow. I'm going to be quiet now and just create. You can watch me as you do yours, or just keep me, as I said, keep me tagged and come back to me for another time. Let's get some more of this dark purple in. Oh yeah, that's nice. Sorry, I'm talking again. I meant to be quiet. I have left my music purposely quiet so that if you want to play the video and still hear me, and then put your own music on, then it shouldn't interfere too much. Oh, this peachy colour's nice. Let's try a little bit of that. Yeah. Let's bring some bright in. That's nice. A little bit of sunshine. It's mixing in there, going green. It's okay. Let it all mix. Let it be. Sorry about that. That'll be my phone pinging. Put that on silent. I'm kind of letting the shapes I've drawn guide me, but not too much. It's just kind of there. Just letting what happens happen. I love just dipping the colour in to where it's wet and just seeing what happens. The joy of watercolour. Bring some blue back in, look. Remember, just go to whatever draws you in. Don't think. Don't be constricted to what's going to work, what isn't, what's going to fit. Just explore, just play. Do what kids do. Don't think, just do. And that's how happy moments happen. When things come out that you haven't even had to think about, they've just happened. There's too much of that going on in the world, isn't there? Trying to control everything. Let the universe decide for you. How is everybody doing, actually? Let me know in the comments below. The world's a bit of a strange place at the moment. Wars, pandemic, still not going away. This is why moments like this are more important than ever before. We unfortunately can't control what's going on in the world, but we can control how we kind of just control our own little world and just relax and let go. Stay positive, feel that everything's a bit crazy, if life feels a bit crazy, but let it out. Feel it, let it out. There's too much of that toxic positivity going around at the moment. Sometimes you just need to feel. And then everything will fall into place. Please remember, I am not a qualified art therapist. This is just me chatting away from experience and sharing the activities that I do to unwind, to switch the brain. So Mindfulness Monday, my channel is very new. If you're watching this when it first came out, in the future, hopefully there will be a lot more of these. But this is the first one. I am hoping to add tutorials and sessions of all sorts every week. So please subscribe if you want to hear about those. There will be normal art tutorials as well. I say normal as in traditional, step-by-steps. I'm also going to do a Zentangle Friday, which is another mindfulness thing with a twist. And what will be lovely is to see on these sessions, even today, what yours has come out like. What does your pen walk and watercolour play look like? I love how once they've dried, it all just seems to just make sense. It's almost as though where everything went, it was meant to go. Sometimes it gets a bit muddy, but that's okay, because we're not doing this for the outcome. We're doing this for the process, for the experience, for the relaxation, from switching off, from day-to-day grind. It's time to slow down, people. It's time to slow down. Okay, I think it's time for me to stop there. I'm just going to get some tissue. It's always good to have some paper towel or tissue ready if you put too much water down. And sometimes that's a reminder, actually. The tissue makes nice patterns if it's wet. Let's do that. Okay. So now that it's dry, it's very nearly dry anyway, you can grab your pen again and draw in patterns. Now you could use colour pencils, gel pens, liner pens, whatever you want. And you can add some more bits in according to where the watercolour has landed. So I'm going to do that. Let's go. Remember, don't think. Where are the patterns? To you, where do you see all the patterns? guided by the colours. What do you see? I'm sure everyone would see different. Remember, please post below your version of what I'm doing. This should be a Monday mindfulness session, so normally it will be posted on Monday, but it's actually Tuesday today. And I will probably post it later, and then we can have a fresh one for next Monday. Just see how it goes. So tomorrow is Wednesday, and on Wednesdays I am intending to do full-length tutorials, actual traditional tutorials, step by step. So please subscribe and even maybe pop the notification button, because then you'll hear when it's posted and ready to go if you want to have a go at one of my tutorials. It will probably still be very relaxing because for me art is me time. It is therapy time. Even if I'm trying to create something, I still try to do it in a nice, slow, relaxed way. Whilst you're doing this, it's also a really good time to just focus on the breathing. Nice deep breaths into the pit of your stomach. Fill those lungs. Breathe out. For any of you that do meditation, you'll know what I mean. This is, in my eyes, a type of meditation. Now, depending on how much time you have, you can stop and start whenever you're ready. It can be as long as an activity as you want it, or a shorter one. I used to actually be a primary school teacher, and I loved having sessions where I would put on this type of music and the children would just explore creativity. It helped to calm everybody. School can be a busy, crazy place. I'm talking quietly. Hopefully you can still all hear me. Another tip is to hold your pen further away from the top for less control, and then the pen is looser. And if you want more control, lower down. I like it to be loose, although I do have shaky hands, so it does come out a bit too shaky sometimes. So, I think I'm going to leave mine alone. I hope you had fun doing your piece of work alongside mine. There, that's our brains. That's our release of tension. That's our release of grief. That's our release of loss. It's our relief of, I've had a rubbish day. All on paper. And I hope that you feel better for it. I hope you felt a sense of release. And you're now calm and still and ready to face the rest of your day. Before I go, please do like, subscribe, comment. I would love to hear from you. I would love to build this channel into a community. And maybe in the future have a Facebook group, something like that. But obviously this is early days for me. So any support you can give me is awesome. So have a good rest of the day, everyone. Namaste. Thank you very much for stopping on by.